Hi, and welcome back. By now, you have learned that changing your mindset, moving from expert leadership mindset to achiever leadership mindset, and finally to catalyst leadership mindset is all about changing your habits. And changing your habits is all about changing your actions. The more often you act in a certain way, consciously, the more likely you will build a new habit. That new habit will allow you to act in a certain way under stress in specific situations, similar to the example of Roger Federer that I provided you earlier. So in this video, I want to share with you a technique that helps you systematically approach conversations in a different way and act more as a catalyst leader. That type of conversations we refer to as catalyst conversations. Not because catalyst leaders have their conversations this way, which they do, but because it helps you to become a catalyst leader in the first place. I got to learn about the catalyst conversations through one of my mentors, Pete Behrens, who was also the founder of the Certified Agile Leadership Program with the Scrum Alliance. Catalyst conversations consist of 5 steps. Let's explore them one by one. Step number 1 is aligning objectives. This is all about creating a shared understanding, what are we talking about, and setting the context. For example, if you're a leader and one of your subordinates, one of your direct reports approaches you, you could set context and identify that it's actually not your job to solve the problem, but that you want to act as a coach and help them solve their problem. If you don't establish that shared understanding, the overall conversation is not going to go in a shared way, in an aligned way. Step number 2 is exploring perspectives. And by that, we mean that the leader would like to hear about the other person's problem. In my visual, you can see that the leader is looking at the other person, and the other person is actually looking at the problem and describing the problem. Step number 3 is called clarify understanding. In this situation, we want to make sure that both have a shared understanding based on the description provided in the second step. In step number 3, you as a leader can ask clarifying questions. You can also summarize what you have understood so far. It is tremendously important to make sure that both of you are on the same page. Step 4 is now where you as a leader start to share your insights and your wisdom. Ideally, you don't go in and say, I was in that situation and I solved it this way. But you figure out a way where you can share your insights, your wisdom, your experience without solving the problem for them. In the document attached to this lesson, you will get a sense of what kind of questions and what kind of responses you can give as a leader in each of those steps. Finally, step number 5 we refer to as empowering action. This is all about getting out of this meeting with a clear action item on hand. Ideally, the idea for that action came from your direct report, from the person that you're helping. But depending on the problem-solving skills, on the domain expertise, but also the amount of information that the person has, sometimes they cannot come up with the right answer. It is your job as a leader to demonstrate leadership agility, catalyst, achiever, or expert mindset throughout this conversation. So wherever you see that your direct report, the person that came to you, needs a little bit more help, you are able to provide that little bit more help. Wherever you see that they need a bit more questioning and challenging, you provide those questions and those challenges. The 5 steps of a catalyst conversation can be used in many situations. You can use them in one-on-one meetings. You can use them in group meetings. Some Scrum Masters that I've had in my Agile leadership courses use the catalyst conversation to structure their retrospectives. To summarize, the catalyst conversations help you as a leader become more of a catalyst leader. They can help you in various settings, be it a one-on-one conversation with one of your people or a sales conversation with a client. I have seen people apply the catalyst conversation in those situations successfully. The conversation consists of 5 steps: align objectives, explore perspectives, clarify understanding, share insight or wisdom, and finally, empowering action. It is our job as catalysts to ultimately speed up the reaction process, which means ultimately there needs to be action. And that's what Catalyst Conversations help you to get to. In our next video, we will explore another tool that can help you become a better leader. See you there.